But I look fine and my checks define. No wonder why I do whatever I like. I do what I like. I do what I like. I do what.
Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. I go by the name of CHAZ, and this is my YouTube channel. I'm very excited about today's video because it's going to be my very first Girl Talk segment on my channel, and I always wanted to do this. So instead of it just being a Girl Talk, I decided for it to be Mask and Girl Talk. So if you want to be a part of my very first Mask and Girl Talk, just keep watching this video. I am going to put a mask on my face because if you are familiar with my channel, I have always struggled with acne. It is summertime and my skin is just like going crazy. Like my skin is, yeah. So let's get started with this video. So today's video, I really don't know where this conversation is going to go because it's just so much on my heart that I need to get off, and I wanted to do it with you all. But I did kind of take some notes, so we'll kind of see like where this will go. I'm going to show you all the masks that I'm going to use on my face today. It is from Sephora. Looks like this. And it is a clay mask, and yeah, it doesn't say on here like what the purposes of this mask are good for, but I just know that clay is good for your skin. Let's see what Google says about clay mask. Okay, so Google says that clay masks are good for your sebum imbalances. Sebum is oil, I think. I think sebum is oil. And it's good for oily and acne prone skin. So we're just gonna go ahead and crank that boy open. And I got this from Sephora, and I believe it was like $8. So when I do my mask, I like to use a little like brush like so, and I just went ahead and wet it a little bit, and I'm gonna just put it on there so we can get this conversation going with our first episode of Mask and Girl Talk. So when talking about relationships in this video, I am referring to like girlfriends, so like girls who like are your friends, not girlfriends, even though. But I'm talking about girls that are simply your friends. Y'all see my skin, it's just like a lot. So something that I don't really want to say struggling with, because I've kind of just gained like the closure that I needed to over these last few months, but I was really close with like a number of different females, and this year all of the relationships, when I say all of the relationships, like all of the relationships came to an end. And me being a human and a growing human and always trying to work on myself and things that I want to improve in my life, I just knew that I needed to take some time and really just like consider what part do I play in the end of these relationships. Like, it's more than one relationship, so it can't just be all of those individuals choosing not to deal with me. So through my self-awareness, I realized that it is a lot that I need to work on, like as a friend, as a sister, as a whole being. Like, on the flip side of that, I also took time and I analyzed all of those relationships and just really looked at like the benefits that they brought to my life, if they did bring any. And something that I've always struggled with when ending relationships is closure. Like, I like closure from relationships that mean something to me. If you're just someone who I've probably been talking to for a week and then I just randomly stop talking to you, or you just stop talking to me, I really don't care the need to like reach out to you and be like, hey, what's up, haven't heard from you in a while. Like, I don't care. But we're talking about like 15 years, 10-year relationships. When they just suddenly end, like, it affects me. Like, it affects me emotionally. So at the beginning of this year and mid-year, I was just like really saddened by the loss of like all of these relationships, and not really like humbling myself enough to reach out to the individuals and say, hey, like, what's up, like, can we talk about it? I just kind of was just ignoring the fact that we weren't friends anymore. But then through my self-awareness and through me really like, damn, like I ain't talked to so-and-so in a while, or damn, like things are different, I felt the need to like want to reach out to some of these individuals, and it really doesn't get anywhere. So it really just ended up with like I have to let go, and that's just something that I want to talk to you all about. Is something that I'm still working on. It's just like we meet people in our lives and they make an impact, or sometimes a lack of an impact, or it's just history, and we feel like we have to have them around for a while just because you have history with them, and you tend to try to make things work, or constantly talking about the same issues over and over again. Like, well, you don't care about me. Well, you did this and you should have did this and did this. It comes to a point where you just have to let relationships go and be okay with it and move on with your life, because it's time for a new chapter. It's time for greater and brighter beginnings in your life, and that's pretty much where I'm at right now with it. So I just really like gain courage to just like let go of individuals, and you gotta move on, you know. And I just been telling myself that, like, how do I be okay with moving on and knowing that there's purpose in everything that's happening. And something that I've learned is like, when you take time for yourself and you really just self-reflect on how you could have done things better, you are preparing yourself for what's going to come next. So pretty much the whole summer I've just had like so much time to myself, and like doing everything with myself, just me, living by myself, working by myself. Like everything is just me, and I've had so much time to just like really plan out what I want to give to people, like the type of love I want to offer, the things that I need to work on, just really taking me time, as they like to say, for myself. And I know with whatever relationships that are going to come in the next season of my life, that I'm going to be so much like more prepared for them, because I've taken the time to get me together, you know what I mean? Hi guys, sorry for interrupting. I just want to encourage you all to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can stay connected for upcoming videos. Now, let's get back to the video. The other part of that is just like, sometimes you don't need closure from people. Like sometimes you have to find closure with yourself, because I've also learned that when you reach out to people and you try to like figure out like what might have like dampened your relationship or caused your relationship to come to an end, I look crazy as hell. when you try to reach out to people and figure out what like might have caused your relationship to come to an end, it can sometimes make things worse, because people tend to hold things in and not let them out. So for instance, I reached out to one of my friends and she was talking about stuff that happened years ago, and I'm like, it was a point in this relationship when we were okay. You never even told me any of these things, but now that we're no longer friends, you're talking about things that happened years ago, about how you thought I was this and how you thought I was that. Like, you have to be able to communicate. So that was really hard for me to like know that like I put so much into so many relationships, and then the reality present day is like this. But I'm learning to like move forward in my life. I'm learning to be okay with being okay. No matter if it's been years, certain people just will never love you the way that you need them to love you. Certain people will never support you the way that you would like for them to support you. And ultimately it was going to come to an end, because the way it was being built was never like real. So something that I realized, and I also realized, when you're constantly dealing with the same issue over and over and over again, there ain't no rectifying it. Like it's just going to be. So I've been okay with that, because I'm like, I can ultimately say that I've tried. Everything that I go through with individuals, I always express like I'm trying, or like help me figure this out, but like don't give up on me, because like I would like for you not to give up on me, because I'm not going to give up on me. But sometimes, hey, people do. So if you are dealing with a similar situation like myself, and you've had these relationships for a while, but they're just like no longer, or you're like holding on to your last little straw and you're trying to figure it out, breathe. But I most importantly would say communicate what you're feeling. I would say humble yourself. Like always express like what exactly it is that you need to say if that relationship can be saved. But sometimes you just can't save a relationship, and you have to put yourself first and know that you can't keep going through the same thing like over and over again, because it's not healthy. And that's something that I had to realize. So that's something I really want to talk about with you all. It's just like relationships, primarily for me, like with girlfriends, and just being okay with your damn self and not really needing like a clique, an entourage, and all this and all that if you're not ready for it, like mentally and emotionally. Like I couldn't really give myself to no one because it's so much that I need to like nurture within. Like, but like I said before, in the next season of my life, I know I will be able to do so. So I would like for you all to comment down below any advice you would like to give me for this girl talk segment. Tell me what's your thoughts on the things that I share in this video. I would love to read them. I'm open to hearing like different opinions and different thoughts about this. And I am going to let this mask sit for probably about like 15 minutes. I see you all in a jiffy. So I'm back, and I went ahead and I washed the mask off my face, and I could say that I do actually like the mask. Like my skin is like really soft afterwards, and it popped one of these pimples that I have like right here on my cheeks, so that's actually a good thing. So another thing, you all, I want you all to comment down below any mask that you would recommend for like acne prone skin, and masks that will like reduce pores and get rid of blackheads, and it's good for acne and control oil. Like I need all of that because my summer skin is just not okay. Like it's, but other than that, I hope you all enjoyed our very first episode of Masking and Girl Talk. Comment any topics down below that you would like to discuss for future videos. And until next time, make sure you take care of yourself. I love you all, and thank you for your continued support. And I will see you in my next YouTube video. Bye, guys.